Well, good morning. I'm up here on the top of Mount Ida in Rocky Mountain National Park, and it's a gorgeous morning. Very few clouds, pretty blue sky. Just a touch chilly, maybe about 40, 45 degrees somewhere in there. But I've been climbing up the mountain, so I'm not too cold. Looking down here, we got a few lakes, Arapahoe Lake, Arrowhead Lake, and so on. My goal today, let me see if I can see up here. My goal today is to get over there to Highest Lake. You can probably see the reflection just behind this ridge line here. So I'm going to go down this ridge from Mount Ida up to Chief Cheley Peak, and then look down onto Highest Lake. I don't know if there's a good way to get down to Highest Lake, so wasn't really planning to do that today unless I see something easy. But otherwise, you got one of the Grand and Shadow Lakes over there, which means Grand Lake is down there as well. Never Summer Mountains over here, Rocky Mountains this way. Of course, Long's Peak is behind me over there, and the Continental Divide, which is what we're on right now, continues and extends all the way up there, and then you can see off in the distance the Gore Range, which goes up towards the 10-mile range, which is right here. Hey, all right, so I made it to Highest Lake. That's what's here in front of us down below. And Highest Lake is a very hard lake to see. You can tell that it's there from Trail Ridge Road, which is over there along that ridge. You can kind of see it. It's kind of at the horizontal, so it's flat, so you can't really see how deep it is or what color it is. You can see this basin. You can see Chief Cheley, which is I'm actually not sure if it's that or the point behind me, but it's in this basin of Chief Cheley. But anyway, here it is. It's got a glacier that's obviously that's obviously caving in to the lake over the summer. I mean, we're at the start of September now, and glaciers, snow is still there. I've heard some rocks fall into the water down there. There's water falling into the water. I think if I went along this route, I would get cliffed out over here, so I'm not going to do that. But you can see Grays and Torreys over there. So the Continental Divide is kind of swooping around towards Grays and Torreys in the background there. Looking over in this direction, we got Cragtop. Way in the back, we got Twin Sisters Peak. Cragtop's right here. You got Mount Julian, got Terra Toma. Again, Highest Lake, which pours down into Azure Lake, which is actually around the bend. This is Inkwell Lake, that you can see right here, and then Arrowhead Lake is the bigger one down there. I don't have a name for that little lake yet, but I know it is named. I just don't have a signal to find the name right now. But you go down that way and you're into Forest Canyon, and you might be able to see some of the glints from the cars on Trail Ridge Road over there. And behind Trail Ridge Road, you have Sundance Mountain, you got Ypsilon, you got Desolation Peaks, east and west. That little kind of smaller mountain there, just above Trail Ridge Road, a little kind of whitish peak on it. That's Marmot Point. That is climbable from Fall River Road. And yeah, and then looking in the background towards Iron Mountain and so on. So just an amazing view. I mean, I can only imagine that this little glacier over here was humongous at one point and just kind of carved out the whole thing, along with help from a couple other spots. It also looks like a recent rockfall happened over here as well. You may have heard of the recent rockfall off of Hallett Peak. That was pretty huge. So maybe this happened around the same time and just nobody knew about it, because this is a pretty remote area. So anyway, so there's Highest Lake, and it took me about 45 minutes to get here, going right along the ridge, up and down, or excuse me, down then up from Mount Ida. And now I'm going to head back and head on out of here. So another great day for a hike.